Hello! Merry Christmas! Maligayang Pasko!
Saka may bonus pagka simbang gabi, yung bibingka at puto
Oh,
bumbong.
that's right. Yes.
What I miss most is caroling.
That's true.
Kasi wala yan dito. Wala rin sa Canada masyado
Jose
yan.
di ba? September, pagpatak ng September 1, tapos maririnig mo na si Jose Marichan. Whenever I see girls and boys.
Okay. So Boxing Day means you go out and return whatever gifts you don't like. And
Tapos syempre, ang decors, di ba?
Oh, wow.
Ayan, di ba? Palagi yung hindi pwedeng walang decor sa bahay.
kasi alam namin walang masyado kakainin. Cookies, lemon bars, mga magugutuman ka talaga.
Hello! Merry Christmas! Maligayang Pasko!
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Disyembre na. Yan, ramdam na natin ang Pasko. Okay. Oy, buti pa dyan, ang lamig. Although dito naman ngayon, relatively, hindi na rin masyadong mainit. So that's what's good about this season. It's not that hot anymore. Pero hindi kagaya nyo dyan, balot na balot.
Yes.
Sobrang lamig naman. Okay, so let's dive in.
Naka-blanket. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So pag-usapan natin, ano ba yung nami-miss nyo sa Paskong Pinoy, or what is it that you like so much that you miss about our Christmas here? So, who would like to start?
Okay, I'll start.
Rhoda.
Ako, it's the Simbang Gabi tradition. That's something that I had grown up attending Simbang Gabi every morning, early in the morning. We went to church at, I think, 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Then everybody goes to church.
Nabubuo mo yon, Rhoda?
Yes, 10 days. Yeah, when I was growing up. Yeah, because all of us. So, and then of course there's breakfast, in church.
And
And
pero 9 days lang yon, Rhoda.
9 days pa? Okay, 9 days.
Oo,
Okay,
9.
so, yes, and then 24 yung sa gabi, right? So yeah, so that was one that I, for me, it's about community. It's really about, preparing for the birth of Christ, where I'm part of cantata. So I sing in the choir. I practice, November, December, but then, Simbang Gabi was really part of my family tradition. We've never done anything exclusively just for our family during Christmas time. It was always within the church context, within the community. We were always invited by other people to go and celebrate with them. That kind of thing that I don't do that here in the U.S. because dito sa U.S. it's very private. You don't really go to your friend's house for Christmas. You really just spend Christmas with your family. Well, winter naman, so that's okay. But yeah, so that's one of the things, probably one tradition that I missed since I moved here many years ago, 3 decades ago. Yeah.
Saka may bonus pagka simbang gabi, yung bibingka at puto bumbong.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
So, for some people, that's what they really get up for.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, talaga yung pagkain, di ba? Kasi on the way to
Salabat,
church, coming back.
salabat.
Yan, salabat. Yeah. Yun ang katerno niyan pag sa umaga.
Yeah, you're right. The smell and the sounds, all of those are just more, more, I would say, there's just more joyful. Kasi dito tahimik lahat, we're all just, in America, we're all just busy shopping. Everybody, every weekend, go to the mall and you shop. It's a lot of shopping. I don't shop, but, but you're right. The smell and the sounds are, I would say that's more Christmas to me. you know.
Yeah.
What about Joy?
Joy. Ikaw naman, Joy.
What I miss most is caroling.
That's
Kasi
true.
wala yan dito. Wala rin sa Canada masyado yan. You know, when you hear the kids nangangaraling sa labas, kahit minsan nakakainis na. Pero when you go abroad, parang, ay, nakakamiss pala, kung ganon. And even yung mga caroling ng church, yes, diba? I don't know if you've done it with your church. But when I was young, we used to carol. We used to go caroling and, you know, raise funds for, like, for instance, for a piano or whatever that we have to raise funds for. And we use the caroling no, as a tool to to spread goodwill and, of course, to raise funds then and to bring joy when we sing songs. So it's a big deal. Pero dito walang ganun eh. Like what Rhoda said, is all shopping and it's very commercial. I miss the religious meaning of Christmas because Filipinos kasi religious talaga. Kasi naman Christmas, it's about Christ, right? But here it's just another holiday. It's just like, you know, a day off. Or the only difference is you give gifts, you receive gifts, but the only difference is just another day off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we like what Rhoda said, is a private thing. You just spend it with your family. But if you belong to a Filipino community, you could probably be spending, you know, visiting other family. Pero generally speaking, in Canada, it's a family thing. Kayo lang, nuclear family na celebrate Christmas. And I don't think it's religious. It's just a family time.
Yeah.
Because as you know, Canada is a very secular country, right? So that's why I feel so good. Kasi tuwing Christmas lang nakakarinig ng religious songs sa radio, right? Because wala silang magagawa, di ba? Oh, Holy Night and all this Silent Night, puro religious yun. So, ang sarap marinig kasi, like I said, it's a very secular country. So, it's good. It's not like the States na, kasi sa States kasi bawat corner may church, may konting may konting Christmassy pa, religiously. Pero dito kasi wala.
Yeah.
Yun, ang namimiss ko talaga yung Philippine way, yung ingay, yung amoy ng mga pagkain. And you feel the excitement sa mga tao. Pasko na, yung countdown. Dito kasi parang countdown pa. Parang ganun eh. Parang hindi masyadong big deal. Parang countdown to the day off, but not necessarily celebrating the birth of Christ. So, mas feel yun sa Pilipinas.
Yeah, syempre, ibang-iba talaga dito. Dito, pagpatak ng September, di ba? Sasabihin na, bear na! Bear month na, di ba? September, pagpatak ng September 1, tapos maririnig mo na si Jose Marichan, whenever I see girls and boys. So, pag narinig na yun, yung pag September 1, walang mintis yan. Kailangan patugtugin yan ng mga radio stations. At sa mall, yun, maririnig mo na yun. So, yun na yung hudyat ng Christmas season. Imagine, it starts as early as September 1. At sunod-sunod na sale na yan, di ba? So, shopping na. So, talagang yun ang masaya about Christmas in the Philippines, you know. And yung sinasabi ni Joy kanina, maganda rin yun yung naman yung sa caroling na, minsan nakakainis na. Pagkahalimbawa naman, pagdating pa lang ng mga December 16, ito na mayat-maya yung mga bata. Sa may bahay, ang aming bati. Tapos, pagbaliit yung bigay mo, kakanta sila, thank you. Pag malaki, sabi niya, ang babait ninyo, thank you. Tapos, pagka naman, hindi sila natuwa sa bigay mo, thank you, ang babarat ninyo, thank you. So, again, yung ugaling Pinoy na about yung tungkol dun sa bigay. Pero, siguro nga, pag nawala ka na, dun mo naman mamimiss na. Pero pag nandito yung mayat-maya, ay, may magdo-doorbell, mayroong kakanta, may mananawag, namamas ko po! Tapos, kasi minsan kahit tatlo lang yan, dalawa, kasi anything para maka hingi ng pera. So, also while driving, di ba? This is the time, alam niyo, pag December, bumababa yung mga Aita. So, marami kang makikita na, marami kang makikitang Aita on the streets na talagang paghinto ng pag turn ng red light, ayan na, lalapit na, tas manghihingi na ng And the government allows it kasi siguro dahil nga, Pasko naman December. So, So pagpatak ng December 1, ayan na, maaano mo na yung dito, yung mga ganyan na namamalimos. Tapos kung hindi sila nagsasalitang Tagalog, may karatula na yan. May dala-dala silang karatula. Merry Christmas po. Tapos po, nanggaling pa po ako sa ganitong kung saang bundok, kung sa Zambales, or ganyan. So yun, namamas ko po. So yan yung mga typical na maano mo dito sa Pilipinas. Pero syempre everything will already usher in. I don't want to say Christmas spirit kasi hindi naman talaga yun ang Christmas spirit, no? Kagaya we know that the Christmas spirit should be all about Christ. Pero yung siguro the festivities and yung saya ng Paskong Pinoy, yan, ramdam mo na as early as September 1 dahil meron na ngang countdown. Okay? So diyan sa inyo, as in, ganun lang, parang typical holiday lang. Pero how do Filipinos now inject their Pinoy, the Pinoy flavor into Christmas? What is it that Filipino homes have during Christmas time?
Well, in the US, we at least my family, we do it more like most Americans. We had we would have like late dinner or late lunch, early dinner, like in the afternoon. We would eat like a late lunch, and then usually it's very American, no rice. We have ham, turkey, or whatever, one meat.
That's for Christmas Day itself.
That's for Christmas Day.
But for the Eve.
For Christmas Eve, we just go to church. We go to church for Christmas Eve, and then we go home. In my tradition, in my family, in my nuclear family, we go to church, and then after church we come back. Then we would have like a late dinner, and then we actually don't open Christmas gifts in the evening, and then we go to bed. And then mommy and daddy, my husband and I would put gifts under the Christmas tree at night. And then when the kids wake up in the morning, then we start opening presents. And then we eat breakfast.
It's very white.
Yeah, it's very white. Yeah, we open presents, and then it's just the four of us, meaning talagang nuclear family lang. And then we have our breakfast, and then we drive to my in-laws, and then have lunch, and then we open presents in front of everybody. That's what we do. We just don't do anything beyond that. Maybe it's cold because, it's winter here, but it's not fun. I mean, it's fun, but it's quiet. We just don't
Hindi kasi hindi talaga Paskong Pinoy. Actually, Paskong Amerikano.
No. Because, with the Filipino tradition, it's more like Noche Buena, right? We don't eat until midnight. And then the spread on the table, it's a lot of food from, meat, fried chicken, pasta, all of those things, right?
Yeah.
And you eat pretty much like all day, all morning, right? And so that's what we do. But in the Philippines, but here it's just the four of us, like my husband and me and my kids. For the 24th for Noche Buena, and we wake up in the morning. That's basically what we do. We make pancakes, and then we drink hot cocoa.
I think.
Pancakes, yeah. We make like pancakes and then we drink like hot cocoa. And then we
Mhm.
sit around the Christmas tree, very American. And then we open presents.
Mhm.
It's very like, yeah. So that's what I did for
Pero may Christmas music naman. Mga chestnuts roasting on an open
sometimes,
fire.
sometimes it's not very, yeah, it's not part of it.
Oh,
And sometimes
okay.
like when the kids were little, we would actually read the scripture. We read the
Mhm.
story of Christmas on the first Christmas
Mhm.
day. And then
Mhm.
my father-in-law also does the same thing when the kids were young. But then as the kids were older, we don't do that anymore. We just kind of just open presents.
Mhm.
Kasi sa Philippines, there's a lot of praying, singing. There's a lot
Mhm.
of spirit of
Mhm.
Christmas. Here, it's really very American. What you see on television, where you sit down in front of a Christmas tree by the fireplace, that's
Mhm.
what we do.
Siguro kasi dahil hindi ka part nung hindi kayo nung sa Filipino community talaga, where the
Yeah,
Filipinos get together. So I think may bearing din kung from where you are, and the community
and
that you belong to.
and
Maybe
that
because you
is
belong to a largely white community, maybe.
or my church is like I'm the only Filipino, so
Yeah.
my brothers and my siblings, they're pretty much the same. They just
Mhm.
don't do maybe you're right. Maybe I should be part of a Filipino community and maybe bring that same spirit. I think as I'm
Mhm.
getting older, I'm feeling like I want to go back to the Philippines and actually spend Christmas there. Like
Yeah.
like
Yes.
go and really be there,
Yeah.
10 days before Christmas and stay and
Yes.
and
Yeah.
I've always wanted my kids to experience but we've never gone home for Christmas. So either my
Mhm.
parents were here or we just never went home, and I don't know why. Because all my siblings are here because it's
Yeah.
we have to go home. There's a lot of us to have to
Yeah.
go home to the Philippines. So
Mhm.
so it's kind of it's sad because I think it's hard to sustain the Filipino Christmas spirit,
Mhm.
because it's been a long time since I've had that.
Mhm.
Like now I do American stuff, like I bake cookies. Like, that's what Americans do. They bake lots of
Yeah.
cookies.
Mhm.
Um, now I bake cookies, and
Mhm.
I also usually I at least I go to the mall once during Christmas time. I
Some
try not to
presents.
go because there's tons of people.
Yeah.
And then there's a
Mhm.
lot of sale, a lot of, that's very American.
Mhm.
Sale before Christmas, after Christmas, December 26th. That's when everybody wakes up early, early to
Mhm.
go and buy presents
Mhm.
for the coming year, for the
Mhm.
next one. Yeah, it's very commercialized. Okay, what about Canada? What do you
Okay.
guys do in Canada?
Well, we're very different. I mean, speaking for myself, because I belong to a very vibrant Filipino community. I go to a Filipino church,
Mhm,
and I'm within the Filipino circle. So we try our best to retain yung pagka-Pilipino namin sa pagsa-celebrate ng Pasko. Like you would notice that the Filipinos decorate their houses early kasi ganyan sa Pilipinas, di ba? Kami rin
Mhm.
dito. We decorate early. And a lot of my Filipino friends have paroles in their houses na.
Yeah.
So, dinadala din namin yon
mhm,
dito. And then, para hindi kami malungkot, we actually celebrate Christmas together. Like 2 or 3 families would gather, and then we would have like a feast on the
mhm,
table.
Mhm.
Parang duplicate namin as much as we can
Mhm.
sa Pilipinas. Ah,
Mhm.
pero walang doon lang sa bahay ang walang masyadong nangyayari sa labas kasi it's
Mhm.
really quiet. And
mhm,
then, yun, mag-celebrate kami, magka-karaoke, exchange
mhm,
gifts. So, we try our best to,
Mhm.
to have the Filipino style of celebrating Christmas. And then usually in Canada on December 26th, we have our Boxing Day. So Boxing Day means you go out and return whatever gifts you don't like and exchange it for another gift. That's one. And second, you can buy talagang super, super sale. That's why we call it a Boxing Day. So all the malls are open and very commercial pa rin. Right? And my kids, we have a tradition, family tradition na binubuksan namin yung gifts namin pag midnight ng Pasko. So we don't do it the next morning. Kasi pag next morning, wala na, tulog lahat. So usually binubuksan namin and then we say thank you. And usually, binivideo pa namin kasi ang dami-daming gifts. So yun, we are, as in OA kami sa pagkagaya ng Filipino way of celebrating. So, okay ba tayo, Rhoda?
Yeah. It's kind of it's
Kasi talaga, it depends on the community that you belong to.
Yeah.
At syempre, pag dito sa Pilipinas, ibang-iba talaga. Bonggang-bongga talaga. Kasi reunion time yan, no? So when I was young, when we were still kids, syempre may patriarchs pa di ba? Meron pang So usually everybody would go to kung sino yung pinaka-patriarch doon sa bahay noon, especially kung yun yung pinakamalaking bahay, then you gather all together, tapos potluck. So we would be there from something like 9 p.m. pa lang. Aantayin na yon hanggang sa hanggang mag Noche Buena. So from 9 to 12, muna kami niyan, mag-games, mag-program, mag-bingo, gano'n, no? So while waiting for, and para mas exciting, syempre may mga sponsors na, yung bingo na pag-usapan na, ito, anong i-donate mo na, na premyo. So yung mga pinaka well-off, usually, sila na yung nag-i-sponsor ng mga prizes for the games and for bingo. So, all the others excited na sila kung ano yung para do sa mga papanalunan Ayan. And then pag hit ng 12 midnight, ayun na. So nagka-countdown na, tapos batian na. Okay, then you go around and kiss everyone in the family, di ba? Tapos yun, then we all gather around the table, syempre buffet style, so kanya-kanyang kuha na lang. So actually wala masyadong umuupo muna doon sa table dahil to give chance for everybody to get their food. Okay? Pag nakakuha na din, that's the time na yung medyo mas matatanda, uupo na doon sa lamesa at mag-uumpisa ng kumain. So, syempre mapupuyat. Then after, tutuloy pa. Pagkatapos ng kumain, itutuloy pa yung bingo. Kung ano man yun. Pamorningan na yon hanggang, hanggang mga 3 a.m., 4 a.m., ganyan. Bago kapag New Year, lalo na, kasi we're just talking about Christmas Day. Pag New Year, mas lalong, yon, di ba? Kasi alam mo naman, ang holiday dito, from Christmas to New Year, di ba? Yun talaga yung pinaka-sineselebrate ng family. So pag New Year, ganun ulit, pero with all the fireworks na. Kaya, mas maingay, mas masaya, mas madumi. Madumi Pero yung isa pang exciting sa New Year, yung pasabog ng pera, no? So, yun yung So, my cousin or my uncle and aunt at that time, so meron na silang pot, halimbawa 10,000 pesos na coins, na inano na nila yon, pinapalit na nila, talagang pinaghahandaan nila yon. So bagong coins, shiny, tapos yun ang ipapasabog nila para pag-aagawan ng lahat. At yung agawan, balyahan, so yung bang kahit na halimbawa minsan kahit ang tataas ng pwesto sa trabaho, no? Hindi naman nila kailangan ng barya, pero yung nakikigulo lang din.
Pag-agawan.
Nakikisama pa sa agawan. Tapos yung mga daganan and ipitan, yung ano. So, yun yung nagpapa-excite talaga na, no? And there would be about 30 people or more kami sa 30 to 50 ganyan. So imagine yung gulo no, yung pag nag-aagawan ng barya ganyan. Tapos yung pag nauunahan mo na, uupuan mo na. Pag nagpasabog ganyan, tapos mag-uunahan umupo doon sa kung saan yung maraming barya para naiipit na niya yung mga barya.
Yeah.
So yun yung favorite part ko sa New Year celebration na we try to maintain, you know? Kaya ngayon maaga pa naka-ready na yung mga coins na ipapamigay, ipapaagaw, no? Tapos syempre ang decors, 'di ba?
Oh wow.
Ayan, 'di ba? Palagi hindi pwedeng walang decor sa bahay. Kami we try to decorate as early as November.
Wow.
Yeah, kasi ma-effort 'di ba? Grabe yung nakakapagod maglabas ng mga decors. Tapos kung sandali lang, tapos ililigpit mo na naman. Kaya parang naging tapos once a year mo lang gagamitin. So, napag-usapan namin ng husband ko na usually dapat natin para masulit. Masulit. So kami November 1 pa lang, ayan na.
May decoration.
Nagsasabit na kami na para, kasi ngayon, iba September pa lang, naglalagay na. Pero kami, mga November, para sulit, para at least mga 2 months yung naka-up yung decor.
Yeah.
And then, pagdating ng January, after January 6, yun na. Then you start bringing them down again. So, yun.
Yeah, I think the Filipino Christmas is so much more fun than our Christmas. Because like here, in my house, we decorate too. But kami lang naman yung nakakakita. Like we don't have guests to come, we don't invite anybody. So it's like my time, I think there was one time when I just told my husband, I said, can we not decorate this time? I mean, it's not let's just make it simple, don't take out everything. Because it's a lot of effort just to put up the Christmas tree. My mother-in-law gave me a lot of knickknacks of angels and, all kinds of stuff. But yeah, it's definitely the Filipino Christmas is so much better. I think there's a lot more meaningful activities that build community, that build family. It's and the food, it's like wow, from dessert and all. Dito the dessert is basically cookies. What we bake beforehand is what we eat.
So favorite Filipino Christmas food? Anong favorite nyo? Or what nami-miss nyo kung wala din nyo man nakakain dyan?
Actually, I don't know if it's just my family or other people, but I remember the only food that I've always enjoyed is embutido.
Embutido?
The big one. The one that's like rolled.
Yes.
Chopped with raisins in it. I felt like I think we only eat that for Christmas, at least in my family, but or my aunt, if we go to my aunt's house. But yeah, we were simple. I think even my family, simple lang yung Christmas food namin. Because we do a lot of celebration in community. So my family really didn't have elaborate dinners and all that. But I know we have embutido or spaghetti. Because we don't eat spaghetti for Christmas here in the US. But yeah, I think embutido, that's the one that I missed. What about you, Joy?
Ako yung bibingka.
Oh, bibingka.
I love
the rice cake. Yeah, tama ka. Yeah. Yung totoong bibingka. Yung
Oo.
nabibili mo sa
Yeah.
kanto or something, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Uh-huh. So, dito naman, syempre, hindi mawawala ang traditional Christmas ham.
Oh,
Kaya
that's great.
so talagang sumisirit ang presyo ng ham dito pag Pasko, you know. So meron ng from
So yung
DTI
ham?
na expect, ha?
Imported yung ham?
Not necessarily, hindi naman kasi yung mga pure food, CDO, so they would have yung CDO holiday ham, yung pure foods naman, pure foods fiesta ham. Okay, so usually ganun. So hindi mawawala yung mga ganung klaseng ham. So and then like you said, there would be pasta. So talaga noon spaghetti, yung traditional Pero syempre habang tumatanda, nagiging sophisticated na yung taste. So minsan mapapalitan na yun ng ibang pasta dish, di ba? So could be carbonara or truffle or whatever, kind of pasta. And then, syempre, kailangan may chicken. So, usually, yung host would be preparing na something like 3 to 4 dishes. Tapos, yung the other families, syempre, magdadala pa yon ng 1 or 2 dishes. Kaya pagdating talaga doon sa lamesa, punong-puno na talaga yan. Kasi, yun nga. So, syempre, yung mga Filipino dessert, leche flan, yan. Do you still remember the leche flan?
Of course, yes.
Yeah,
yes.
oo.
Yeah.
So,
Isa yan,
diba?
yan ang favorite dessert ko, leche flan. Kasi dito, we don't cook it. We just eat cookies. And pies. We eat apple pie. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Enjoy.
So saan?
Go ahead.
Yes,
Go ahead.
na pa na si Joy, aside from bibingka Joy, meron ka pang natatandaan
ang nakakatawa lang na ikukwento ko is pag may nag-invite sa amin na white na friends sa Christmas, Christmas. Kumakain muna kami sa bahay. Kasi alam namin walang masyado kakainin. Cookies, lemon bars, mga magugutuman ka talaga. Sa bahay. Tapos nakakapunta dun sa
Oo.
Huwag ka mag-expect ng handa talaga, no? Hindi ganun ang mentality ng white culture. It's not about food. No. It's about conversation.
Yes.
It's about It's about meeting each other again after a long while, but no. Kasi ang Pilipino kasi, anong dadali mong pagkain? Ganun agad eh. Ano pagkain? Bago pagkumustahan, pagkain muna, right?
Oo. Correct. Siyempre may group chat na before pa ng Christmas. So meron ng committee. May group chat na. Yung family nyo, anong dadalhin? So naglilista na doon sa Okay. Tapos yun nga, sasabihin ko yung mga games, sino in charge sa games, tapos ano yung mga games, ano yung prizes, ganon sa amin. Talagang,
I love
Kaya parang,
sa Facebook, nakikita ko may mga t-shirts pa eh.
Oo.
Wow!
Oo, may mga gimmick, 'di ba? So, halimbawa, meron kaming isang Christmas na ang namin is, yung isang contest is pabonggahan ng headgear.
Wow!
So talagang nag-contest kami na pabonggahan talaga ng pero kailangan dapat DIY, hindi pwedeng binili, no? So yun yung namin, kailangan DIY, kailangan ikaw ang gumawa, hindi pwedeng binili mo lang. So ganun. Pero dapat basta yun ang theme for that time. Meron naman kami na minsan sige, basta lahat kailangan pag pumunta naka-Christmas color. Diba? Kaya pag picture taking, maganda kasi talaga very colorful. Yeah, very colorful.
Yeah.
So meron kaming family picture na makikita mo red green, gano'n. Yun yung parang dito. Yun yung parang pinaka-theme nga na napag-usapan. So, there are many ways, na parang to make it exciting. Tapos, yun nga, pati sa games. So, I don't know if you're familiar with Pinoy Henyo.
Yeah, oo.
Oo, yung ganon. Pero something, halimbawa, pati yung Pinoy Henyo, o sige, Christmas ang theme ng Pinoy Henyo. So, yung pati mga papahulaan, yun. Something to do with, with Christmas. Tapos, sa pag videoke. So, I'm surprised sila Joy, karaoke pa rin yung term eh. Dito, hindi na ginagamit yung term na karaoke, videoke na talaga ang
Okay.
Yeah, that's the term that we use. So, syempre hindi rin mawawala yung videoke and yun nga, dito. So, contest na rin yan. So, pag inano yung contest, ang contest ba natin yung scoring nung scoring nung pinaka app or gadget o meron talagang judges. So, minsan, kasi di ba minsan, yung iba, pag yung ba't gano'n ang score nun? At patataas nun. Di ba? Yung taas ng score na binigay sa kanya nung machine, di ba? So, yun. Those are the things that make our celebration here exciting.
Yeah, exciting talaga sa Philippines kasi dito yung may mga bahay na they would do open houses, like that you will get a really nice invitation, please come to my open house on this date, on this time, like don't expect it to be a dinner or a lunch. Just go and then have tea, coffee, or hot cocoa and then cookies on the table. That's really what just most Americans would do in their open house. Kasi yung meal is only for their immediate family. Hindi kasama yung ibang tao. It's very rare where you would have like a big gathering, parang reunion ng mga families. It's very, very rare. Yung mga in-laws ko, because they are, there's 6 kids. When the kids were young, we would go and have Christmas with everyone. But as they get older, a lot of the families would prefer to have their own little Christmas tradition. I've heard conversations about, we wanted to create our own tradition. And so then I sort of adapted that, okay. So with our family, we wake up early in the morning, we make pancakes, and then we open our presents. That's what we do.
Pero sa schools and organizations, wala ba kayo sa church, sa schools, sa organizations, sa office, ganyan, di ba?
Well, sa church,
wala bang celebration?
Well, in our church, of course, we follow the calendar. We celebrate Christmas. We have the 24th Christmas Eve services. Yes, and then Christmas
just the services.
Yeah, just the services. We don't have like parties or anything.
Parties,
right? No. In my work, we just have potluck. And then there is no program. You just bring something on that day, and then you can go anytime during that morning and early afternoon, to get your lunch and then bring it to your office. Like we don't have any kind of parties. So when we have Filipino students and then they get an invitation, please come for our Christmas party. That doesn't mean that it's a party. It's just like a gathering of food, and then you go and then you get out. There is no program, because I think in the Filipino culture you have like a big program with an opening, singing, ganon, speaking, games, and everything. And so a lot of the Filipino students who are who come to our university, they're really surprised, like, oh, there's a party, but there is no party. The party is, you bring food, and then you get your paper plate, and then you fill up with food, and then you go. And sometimes you chat, you have conversations with people, but there's really no party. It's just called party, but it's not. Yeah. So it's like, the president of the university would host a Christmas party. You basically just line up to go get your lunch, and then you go back to your office. We don't really have like anything.
Same sa amin. And there was one time we had a Christmas party sa school district. Kumakain lang kami ng pasta. So paano ka boring naman ito. So I told one of the parang nag-manage, nagsusupervise ng party. Sabi ko, can we just sing some carols? So sabi nila, like, what do you mean? Sabi ko, there's a piano. I can play the piano. You guys sing the carols. So, ng piano ko, lahat, ano yun, impromptu yun. And then they started singing, ganyan-ganyan. And then after that, after about 10 minutes of singing, aba, teary-eyed sila. Parang ngayon lang daw sila naka-experience ng gano'n. Parang, ha? Wala pa to sa kalingkingan sa Pilipinas. Pilipinas, bonggaan na yan. As in, nagkantahan na kami ng carols, but then they were so touched. They were parang, kasi usually talaga kakain lang kami. And that's it. Yeah. So walang masyadong, you can't have naman wine, right? You can't have liquor in the school. So, kakain lang kami. Tapos wala na, mabalik na sa classrooms. Ano yun, di ba? So when I played the piano and everyone started singing, they said it was the most memorable.
Because we don't do, nothing. Yeah, there's really nothing merry about it. You know, you just go and get your food, and then you go home, go back to your office, and then you eat your lunch. I mean, you're lucky if you could stay and have a conversation with people. But yeah, we don't do those kinds of things. But I think you're right. You know, maybe that would be the contribution of the Filipinos to the world, right? Show the world how to celebrate Christmas, because we're very good at it. I say we, but we're very good at it. And maybe that would be something that we do. Here in the US, like, for example, for us too, one of the tradition that we've started is just going to concerts, like going to a Christmas concert, and then we sit down and, you know, we watch people sing, and then we go to a concert in the suburbs in Chicago, and we basically just go because we feel like it's part of our it could be a tradition that we wanted to give to our kids, and that's why we did. And singing Christmas carols is really it brings out a good memory of what Christmas is about, right? And I think Filipinos are very good at that. And you've kept the tradition of Jose Marichan, right? Started playing, and although do Filipinos sing Christmas carols from the hymn, like Silent Night, Holy Night? Because I know at least
sa church lang yan. Sa church
sing
usually.
a lot of like Christmas hymns. But I think right now, you know, I don't think the more contemporary churches, they don't sing those hymns, do they?
No, we still sing them in church. Yung mga Christmas carols, Christmas hymns, usually in church. Pero dito kasi talagang pagdating ng December, minsan as early as December 3, umpisa na ng Christmas party. No? So dito magbibilang ka ng Christmas party. Kasi usually, for example, sa office noon, within the team, meron muna sa team. Tapos meron pa yung dun sa unit.
Department.
Department. Tapos yung sa noon sa embassy, yung embassy-wide, no? So actually yung embassy party namin maaga eh. Usually kasi nga alam nila na after so usually yung embassy party between December 3 to 6. Ginagawa na nila yun na meron lang ako little trivia, no? So meron kami noon Christmas party. For me, it was Christmas party. Bago-bago pa lang ako noon. I think it was just my 3rd year at the embassy. Kasi ginawa akong host. Di syempre, paglabas ko ganyan, Merry Christmas! Ang taas-as pa ng energy ko, Merry Christmas, everyone! Ganyan-ganyan. Tapos pagkatapos nung segment ko, sabi, Christy, we don't say Merry Christmas here. You have to say Happy Holidays. It's not politically correct, you know. It's not politically correct to say Merry Christmas, you know, because not everybody's Christian. Okay. Pero sa loob ko, kaya nga Christmas party, di ba? That's why you call it a holiday party. Yun ang nila. Pero, but for us, we're in the Philippines anyway, and for us, this is Christmas party. So, syempre mahirap na makipagtalo sa boss. So, okay. So, yun. So, in the succeeding programs, nasita na ako na wag babati ng Merry Christmas, you know. So yun yung na as much as possible we say happy holidays.
But you're a Christian, so you should be able to say that openly.
Well, pwede naman within the office, but not ang na sa akin is not during the program na parang yun ang aking dapat ang naging open ko is happy holidays and welcome to ganyan, instead of Merry Christmas. It was a gentle reminder. Hindi naman talaga akong wala naman, hindi naman reprimand, pero I was just told it's not politically correct to say it that way.
I don't know. I don't agree with that, because when the Muslims celebrate their Eid, we don't say happy holidays. We say happy Eid.
Yes.
Kwanzaa, you say happy Kwanzaa or whatever.
Hindi, kasi ang nila, it's a holiday not only for the Christians. So it's a holiday for all. Yun ang nila. Yun ang niraso nila.
Baloney.
So,
That's the thing. It is a Christian holiday. It's not because I am Christian, you're Christian. It is a Christian holiday, and that has to be respected. But you're right. In a government setting, it's always, even for us here, we just say happy holidays. But I don't say that. I just say, hey, Merry Christmas to everybody. I don't say, I don't need to apologize that it's my holiday.
Happy holidays.
I just, like when I go, I just say, hey, Merry Christmas to everyone. I hope you guys have a good Christmas. But you're right. It is, you're not.
So pagdating naman dun sa mga team parties, yung nga sabi nga, unit and department, yung ganon, and pwede naman na, wala nang nagkataon lang pag yung malakihan, yun yung And yun na nga, the parties here, itong mga ganitong parties, bongga talaga. Kasi usually, merong contest ng mga production number. So, kailangan talaga yung may concept, ganyan. So, may kwento, or it could be, halimbawa naman, if you choose a song, so pabonggahan ng choreo, pagandahan ng choreography, pabonggahan ng concept. So, yan. And yan palagi ang kasama sa aking mga extracurricular
activities,
jobs. To be the director of our presentation. So nung unang-una nilang binalik yung Ambassador's Cup, yon. So I was the director of our presentation yung Veterans Affairs, and we won.
Wow.
We won first prize.
Ano ginawa nyo? Like, what did you do?
Yun talaga, isang buong kwento talaga yon about about the different ways of how Filipinos spend Christmas. Alam, basta nagwig pa ako noon. Nagwig pa ako noon, ginaya ko pa si Miriam Defensor Santiago. Mga ganyan. So mga naka-costume talaga. So meron din kami na parang gumaya naman dun sa Sister Act. Meron kaming isang grupo na yan. So yung gano'n. So minsan you change the lyrics, ganyan, or you choose a Christmas song, yung kumukuti-kutitap, 'di ba? Yung mga upbeat na Christmas songs, Filipino OPM, kumukuti-kutitap, yung sa Apo, ganyan, and then you just do a bonggang choreo para sa mga ganong presentations. So masaya yung masaya talaga yung mga Christmas parties ito. And yun na nga, ang dito is nakailang party ka na, kasi yun sa office pa lang yun. Sa office makakatatlo, apat ka na. Then of course if you have other organizations, o sa WRC, di ba, we have our own Christmas party, di ba? Zoom nga lang kasi from different parts of the world. Yan si Joi, ang galing niya doon sa contest, yung remember Joi, last year, maraming napanalunan to si Joi doon sa nagpapahula ako ng ng song titles. Yan. So mga ganon. So iisipan mo na lang talaga ng gimmick, kahit nga Zoom, pinipili talagang mag-party. So this year meron ulit ang WRC on December 10. So it's like that. So every organization, so my D group, meron din Christmas party. So actually yung D group namin, in anticipation na December, sobrang dami. November pa lang. Ang party namin, November 25. So,
Yeah.
merong November 25, merong November 30. Dahil sabi nila, for sure, pagdating ng December, tad-tad na yan. And then, not to mention the Christmas parties of the children in their respective schools, di ba? So, may exchange gift. Yan. So, hindi mawawala yung exchange gift. So, ganun. Yan ang mga typical ng Paskong Pinoy.
Yeah, I think yung exchange gift, it's just for Filipinos. We don't do that here. So, that's something that I'd like to to actually do with my students or with friends, to do an exchange gift. We do what we call like white elephant.
Elephant, yeah.
You bring something. It doesn't have to be like something new. You just bring something funny, and then everybody picks a number, and then the gifts are numbered. And then if you pick a number 1, then you get the gift that is number 1.
Yeah.
But anybody can steal your number, your gift.
Yeah.
Yes.
You open it, they can steal it, and yeah.
Okay. Sorry, ang daldal ko Syempre kasi Paskong Pinoy
Yeah, okay lang kasi it's really different. It's really I think I like the Filipino spirit better in celebrating Christmas, because I think you sense community, you sense the merriment, you experience how is it to celebrate, the birth of Christ, for the Christian communities. It's something different from any other cultures, I think. Maybe because we love to celebrate. I don't know. Maybe that's the reason why we are so much better at doing Christmas, because we like to celebrate. We like abundance of food. We like giving each other gifts. We like, we like to involve everybody in the community. Because it's a schools, I think it's allowed to have gift giving and celebrating Christmas. Because here they don't do anything Christmas. They just don't. Yeah.
Okay, to wrap up, anong plans niyo this Christmas?
Me, it's very much like the same thing we did in decades. Go to Christmas service on the 24th. Then we wake up early in the morning on the 25th, and we make pancakes, and we open presents, just the 4 of us or 3 of us, if my son is coming or not. And then we pack up the car, and then we go to my family, or his family or my family. This time we're going to both. So we're going to my family, spend Christmas Day with them, and then we'll continue on to be with his family the same day. So that's what we do. It's nothing special. Then we eat American food, lots of cookies. That's all we do. Nothing Filipino. Yeah.
Ikaw, Christy.
Sa akin, yung pa rin, we decide, nag-usap na kami noong October. Okay, ano yung mga gagawin. So it's still the usual traditional stuff that we do. So pag-uusapan na lang yan is who will bring which food, ganyan. And then the same people who were in charge of the games, ganyan. So walang ano. Pero siguro ako naman, as parting words, I always say naman in gatherings na let's not miss the reason for the season.
Yeah.
So amidst the merriment, diba?
Yeah.
Bakit ba may Pasko? Diba? So we're celebrating the birth of our Savior. Hindi na natin pagtatalunan kung yun ba yung totoong birthday o hindi. Diba? But we're celebrating the birth of the Savior, and with or without the birth, syempre wala yung death and resurrection. That's why the birth is really a time of merriment. And then, so we still should focus on Jesus Christ, and also think of the less fortunate,
Yes.
kung ano yung maiaambag naman natin sa iba. Ito tayo, dami-dami nating pagkain, but we should also think in terms of, who can we bless with our abundance, no? Sino pa yung pwede nating bigyan sa ang ministry, gano'n. So, dapat hindi mawala yun. Kasi yun nga, that's the reason for the season. And that's really the essence of Christmas. Diba? Still, love and giving.
Yep.
Okay.
Amen. I like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
So,
I'm gonna do something different this Christmas. I'm actually booked already, the Hilton. Doon kami magka-Christmas sa hotel. Para iba naman, para ibang environment naman.
yeah.
And I booked it from the 23rd to the 26th. And we'll just enjoy Niagara. Because I booked it in Niagara Falls area. So, para naman, something different. We're gonna watch the Niagara Falls at night because they have like lights show there. Look at explore the town of Niagara. So, yeah. Para, I felt like, ba naman? Para
Yeah.
kasi nga dito, diba, sa North America, wala naman talagang gagawin eh.
I know. I feel
Pag-
weird asking, answering that question because really we don't do much. We just, church, of course, the church is, is very instrumental in sort of keeping that tradition of celebrating Christ and celebrating the reason for the season. But as a community and as a family, I think it's very simple. Well, we participate in, we do a angel tree. It's like you choose a person, a child from an angel tree in our church, but it's actually an American organization. It's called Angel Tree. I think that's what it's called. And so then you pick a child with an age and grade, and then you buy a gift for that child.
Yeah.
And so our church participates, and then we send it to, and most of these kids are children of those who are incarcerated. And so they don't have parents with them, or they don't have their dads with them or moms with them. And so having a really nice present for them, I think that's what makes Christmas special.
Yes.
It's not so much about my family anymore because we're boring. We don't do anything really that's extraordinarily fun. But yeah, it's I think you're right to point out that maybe it's a way to really extend the abundance and the love with other people, with the other community. But I also like the idea of like vacationing. Like go to a hotel. I like that. Thanks for that idea, Joi, because I will definitely go for that kind of vacation too, where you just but then you decorated your house, so it's like, okay, what's the point of decorating if you're not here?
We didn't decorate this year.
Oh, you didn't decorate. We haven't decorated it yet. Yeah.
And I think talaga naman, kami kasi nakakapagod rin talaga eh. So minsan napag-uusapan din namin, hanggang kailan ba natin gagawin to? Kasi nakakapagod. At yung inano nila Joy, minsan na natin, hindi ba pwede tayong, alam mo yun, tahimik lang, magbakasyon naman tayo, or mag-relax naman. Yung hindi tayo mapapagod, di ba? So maganda rin yung talaga yung ganong, yung magandang idea. Tapos reflect, alam mo yun.
Yeah, so, Americans are into that one.
Yung talagang ganito na kasi nga, minsan masyado yung, masyadong bongga, yung merriment and everything, pero nakakapagod. Tapos you need a vacation after the vacation. Kailangan mo ng pahinga. Ganon. Okay, so yun nga, so we hope that our viewers enjoyed our exchange, about our experiences. And yun nga, wag lang nating makalimutan what Christmas truly is all about, So it's not just all about the fun, the excitement, the merriment, the festivities, but we have to celebrate the person for whom this is all about, diba? So it's all about Jesus. Kaya nga, Christmas. So it's all about Jesus Christ. And so let's not forget to exalt Him and really do whatever it is that pleases Him. And that is being able to share our blessings with other people. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. And again, I'd like to greet all of you. Wonderful Merry Christmas.
Okay. Maligayang Pasko.
Merry Christmas!
Maligayang Pasko. Merry Christmas.
Maligayang Pasko. And manigong bagong taon na rin.
Yeah, maligayang
Yes.
Pasko sa lahat. Mhm.
Okay.
Bye!